All right, girls. Well, we rehearsed.
To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box to the left. In the closet, that's my stuff. Yes, if I bought it, say, don't touch.
Girl, we sound mad good.
What's good, popping everybody, and welcome back to my channel Igama Lam Lelona, and thank you so much for tuning into yet another episode of Everything Lelona, where we talk about everything and anything. Yeah. Now, if you are new here, welcome, baby. I really hope that you'll enjoy this video that will make you hit the subscribe button somewhere over here. And if you are a regular subscriber, a gang, day one, what's good, what's up, what it's it? Yeah. I really hope that you are well and that you are taking care of yourself. Alright, so we are not going to address the elephant in the room. It is what it is, guys. This is how, it is what it is. So we are back with another video, and of course this video is a story time. Now, this story time is happening because your boy decided to do something. Like, for some odd reason, the other day I sat down and I wrote down all the names of the niggas that I've had relations with. So basically all of my bodies, like, I now know my exact body count. Guys, and the number, scary stuff, kesana. But, so, while I was writing all of these names, some of them, like, I just remembered, and then Amanya, I had to go through like my socials just to be like, oh, naloko njukon. Yeah, but so like I had to go through my contacts, my messages on socials, and yeah. So I remembered a ton of story time. So we are set till December, set till December every week. Sikona. So this story time in particular, I am going to title it My Thug Boyfriend Attacked My Real Boyfriend, or Why My Thug Boyfriend Attacked My Real Boyfriend. Something along those lines, because this guy, not him attacking I was like, why? Just because you and I, just because I was giving you a chance, doesn't mean going to attack my main. You understand? But that is besides the point. If you want to know more of the story time, please make sure that you tune in, you keep watching this video, you give this video a huge thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, share my videos, super thanks me if you can and if you want, and most importantly, glass off. A glass off. Today we are having Bernini Classic, and yeah, so make sure that you also have something to drink so that we can just kiki and have fun without wasting anyone's time. Let's get into this. So this story time happened years ago, okay? I was still based in Pretoria at the time, and during this time I was still dating Ubuntu. You guys will know him from a story time that I once shared way back, where I said I dated a psychopath. Don't. I think that's the story. And I even said something like, I drove him insane, I pushed him over the cliff or over the edge, I drove him crazy essentially. And I'm like, wherever this guy is, I am pretty sure he resents me, he hates me, like he hates my guts, and he detests me. But I don't blame him. But now also, why you feel like a bad bitch? Because if you want a bad bitch, you have to be able to handle a bad bitch, okay? Problem period. Yeah. So what happened was, like I said, that this story time is about this thug nigga who then attacked my man's, like, but you're gonna hear about this story. So if you've been following my stories, about my life in Pretoria and how things went in Pretoria, you realize that I actually lived in like 4 places. I moved in with my family when I moved to Pretoria. I moved with family, and then I went to Res. After Res, my cousin and I found an apartment together. He then left for the Eastern Cape, and then I I had to find a place yam ndedwa, like my own place. So this is basically after I moved from this apartment going to this apartment. Yeah, but I'm not going to give you guys any timelines. So what had happened is that during my move, mostly there's a lot of things that you need to do, right? You need to apply, you need to go view, you need to view, apply, get accepted, do e-moving inspections and what. There was a lot of things that I needed to do. So I kept going to this apartment that I'm viewing and I want to move into. And during this time, this apartment, I think I went there firstly to go view it, then I applied for it, and then I came again to sign my lease. I came again to do a move-in inspection a couple of days before I moved. Then I came again to come and fetch the key. And then I moved into the apartment. Now, the day I was moving into this apartment, Ubuntu wasn't around. I think Ubuntu was working with, so he wasn't around, so I had hired some guys to come and assist me, like the movers, like movers and stuff. So they had my furniture in the truck. We moved and went to this new apartment. Now, this apartment was like a single block in one yard. Yeah, but also in this yard, there's like one single block of apartments and they are like 2 floors, just 2 floors. So we get there, the truck drives in and the guys start moving my stuff into my apartment. Now I notice a guy just sitting by, like outside, basking in the sun, and I'm looking at him like, oh, but this guy wasn't. Why do I always have to mention whether this person is my type or is not when I haven't even said hello? But I looked at him and I didn't look at him and be like, my type. Yeah, but he was a very good looking man. Don't get me wrong, very good looking man. So he's just sitting there basking in the sun and Ababanduke are just moving stuff. Yeah, up. He stands up. He walks over to me. And as he's walking over to me, I can see he's tattered up, like tattered up. And I'm like, oh, okay, why is he walking over here? So, and I'm looking around, but I'm the only person here. So he's definitely coming over to me. So he gets to me and he's like, hey, I am Trevor. So let's say his name is Trevor. Hi, I'm Trevor and I live here. Are you moving in? I'm like, yeah, I'm moving in. And then I introduce myself as well. So he's like, he's fascinated by my name. So again, umfana wakhona akangowalapha international. So he's not from SA. He's an international Ntonton. Yabo? Sharp. So he's fascinated by my name, but now what does my name mean? So I'm like, actually, Ulelona is like the short version of my name, my full name, Ulelona Pongo. So I'm like, my name means this and this and this. So he's so fascinated by my name. So he's like, do you need assistance with moving your stuff? I'm like, I do have these guys, but you can assist me if you want to. So he starts picking up small stuff with me. We take these things up and we come down. We're talking. We're just talking with friendly conversation. Nothing too deep. So after the guys were done, I pay them. They then leave. Now it's me and a whole lot of unpacking that I need to do. Now I thought Trevor was going to leave after we were done, like taking in all of these things. Now he stays and he's like, I'll help you unpack. So now I'm thinking, hey bro, I don't even know you and you are here. You've helped me take these things and move these things in. Now you want to help me unpack. Now I'm like on a paranoia. One thing about me, I'm thinking to myself, maybe this guy wants to rob me. Like why and maybe he wants to rob me. He wants to see what kind of things and gadgets and stuff do I have so that he can come and rob me. So I'm like, no, it's fine, man. Like, it's fine. He's like, no, it's fine. I can assist you. So now while we're busy unpacking stuff, I think he unpacks a small box which had like my stuff. I don't know if weed is one of the things that got me demonetized in the previous video. Oh, guys, YouTube demonetized the previous video because of my language, I guess. So the things I was saying, like Purnyaks, like referring to Purnyaks as the sex word. So I think that got me demonetized. So I'm going to try and be very mindful of my language. Yeah, boy? Sharp. So he unpacks one box, which was like a small box, which had my kush stuff. Yeah, boy? So he had my roller, my crusher, and some kush that I had still had. So he's like, oh, you smoke? I'm like, yeah, I do. He's like, oh, I also smoke. No, we should hang out. So one thing about stoners, stoners will share their, they will share and they don't mind as long as we are both having a good time. Stoners don't mind sharing. So I'm like, no, it's cool. So we unpack, but we were not done. I'm like, man, it's fine. I think we are done for the day. We roll up a blunt, we smoke together, we chill, we hang out, and then he's like, do you have any food or should I order something? Don't, because I'm sure you are hungry, yeah, bro? So I'm like, no, I was going to go out and go buy something because I didn't even have groceries at the time because I literally just moved. So I'm like, no, I'll probably go out and go buy some food for supper and stuff like that. He's like, no, I can order food for us and we can chill and hang out. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So he orders food gets delivered, we eat, we chill. Like, he literally spent the entire day with me. Remember, I got there, I'm not sometime in the afternoon way too, but he helped me take my stuff out, unpack my stuff, and we hung out afterwards. So, I don't think if you see me and you meet me for the first time, I code switch a lot, right? So say I'm with a straight guy and he doesn't know that I'm gay, and also now I don't know essentially, or I'm meeting a guy for the first time, I become very macho, yeah, and I loosen up as I get to know you, yeah, so with him, in my head, I'm like, this guy, there's no way that this guy has picked up that I'm gay, because I'm not, like, I'm talking like I talk normally, yeah, sharp. So, conversations now are becoming deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And he reveals to me that he was in prison. He just came out of prison and wayebanjelwe like uliginsa basically. Wayebanjelwe hijacking, like heist way too. I don't know if it was heist or hijacking or what, but from the conversation and from what this guy is telling me is that ntshontsha imoto nemali into yakhe yantshontsha imali and uphalo uthi phezulu kwezinto ze-heist ne-hijacking and what. So now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, did I just let a convict into my house? And like no one, like this guy can literally do anything to me right here, right now, and no one will ever know. Like, I think I low-key got scared. So he's like, don't be scared. I'm not a violent guy, yeah, bro? But I'm thinking to myself, you're not a violent guy. There's no one who just hands off imoto yake or hands imoto yake to you. You have to use a certain level of violence, right? Like, even when you go for a money heist, you actually do use a certain level of force and violence and intimidation, and those are the things that scare me, yeah, bro? So he's like, no, man, don't be scared. I would never do anything to you. I'm not violent. I'm not don't. So I'm still side-eyeing him, but I'm like, okay, whatever you say, chap, yeah, bro? Whatever you say, cool. Now, that day ends, he leaves, and we didn't even exchange numbers. He left and went to his place. I don't even know who this guy lives with, but I know that he lives here. I don't know which apartment, but he lives here. The following day comes and I go to school. I think was I still at school or work? I don't know. I think I was working at the time. Was I? I don't know. But I had to leave. I think I was still at school. I think I was still at school. This was 2000 and but I was still at school. I was about to say when. But So I leave in the morning, I go to school, I come back, like life continues. Then this guy and I start hanging out on a regular now because he would always see me. So when you go and smoke there, right? It's either you smoke inside your apartment or you go to the balcony. A balcony is not your private balcony. You know, when your front door, you go out of your front door, the corridor is an open corridor. Basically, it's not enclosed. It's not a building that has an enclosed corridor, but the corridor corner is outside, so it's like a balcony of some sort. And remember that these apartments are 2 floors, right? Now opposite us, the building opposite us is like a mirror. So if I am standing by my door, I can see the person standing up here through that mirror. Yeah, bo? So one time I'm standing by my door and I'm smoking, and I could see him standing as well outside of his door through this mirror, like a reflection on this mirror. So he sees me, he waves, I wave, and then he comes down and we like chill and talk. Now this becomes a regular thing that we'll do. Ukuba, he would come to my place and we would like chill and hang out, with smoke and like just hang out. We don't do anything. He's never spoken to me about a girl that he likes. He's never asked me about a girl that I like. I haven't even told him that I'm dating this guy. Yeah, Ubuntu. Like, I don't, like, at this time, like I said, I don't even think he knows about my sexuality. Right? Sharp. So, guys, one thing about me, during this time, Nandi whole phase stronger. Oh, brother, Babengena be Puma in my apartment. I don't want to lie to you guys. Babengena be Puma. But it was like the same niggas, like I had the same niggas on rotation. So one time he asks me, "Bah, I'm seeing a lot of people go in and out of your apartment. Did you like, no man, those are just my friends visiting me. Ati, those old men are your friends. Did you like, what do you mean those old men? Ati, those people aren't people your age, and there's absolutely no way you are befriending people who are 7 years and 7 years older and above. There's no way." So I'm like, what do you want me to say? Because those are my friends. He's like, "We are tengisa." No? People don't tengisa, no? I'm taken aback. What do you mean, am I selling? Selling what? Selling what? I knew exactly what his question was insinuating, right? Ukuba, you understand? I'm selling purnyats. So I'm like, selling what? I'm not selling anything. What do you mean am I selling? Selling what? So he's like, "No man, I'm not trying to offend you, but I'm just asking because I'm seeing a lot of different niggas go in and out of your place. So I was wondering, Uba, we are tengisa na? We queen of the night." I'm like, listen, those are my friends, like I said. I'm not selling anything. As a matter of fact, I think I'm very much offended. Like I became very offended, but looking back in hindsight, anyone with eyes would have looked at the situation and thought the same thing, because wow, like remember one time I said to you guys that I had 2 of my boyfriends sitting in the same couch watching the same TV. Like that type of thing was happening with our apartment. Like I would have one guy come in, when he's done, he leaves, and then kufika omnye ezonbona with gifts, and then kufika omnye. Like that was my life in those apartments. So he asked me this, and I'm like, I'm actually very offended, and I think I tell him how offended I am at his question, and I don't appreciate into yokubana he's insinuating that ndiyasebenza ndiyi-queen of the night ndiyabereka, because andenze loo nto yabo. So I say to him, listen, this is what's going on. I am a gay man and I'm dating this person. Now, there are guys that like me, so they would come and visit me, but that doesn't mean I sleep with them. You understand? So I would hang out with people, so the celebrity story and where my relationship with Buntu is. Yeah, so he understands it, but he doesn't know which one out of these guys that keep coming here is Ubuntu. Sharp, let's put a pause on that, right? The whole Ubuntu situation, we'll come back to that. Now, there was a point where my cousin, who I'm not gonna say his name, my cousin came to live with me, right? So my cousin lives with me, comes and lives with me for a while. So he was also a student at TUT at the time, but he was also working as a barista for Starbucks, yabo, when Starbucks opened. So because usebenza shifts and sometimes night shifts, it's very hard for him to travel from Pretoria East, which is Manlin, and go to Pretoria West areas. So it would be easier for him to come to my place and sleep over, and then in the morning I just go away, and then if he's working at night again, he comes back to my place, change, and goes to work. Yeah, but so it was easier to commute from my place to school and to work. Yeah, but so he comes and lives with me for a while, and umfana lo before Trevor waduka for some time. Remember, him and I were hanging out on a daily basis, right? Literally every single day. If I'm at home, best believe I'd be with Trevor. Best believe I would be with Trevor if he's also around. There's no way that I'd be home, he'd be home, and we are not together. So, Trevor wanyamalala man for a while. They thought about uphinde wenza izinto zakhe ze-heist lo abantu, yabo. So, and I've been trying to get hold of him and andimfumani. Nam ke andizobe ndimkhangela uba iflat yakhe ngeyiphi, uhlalaphi, ndiyoqoqoza asana, it's yabo, it's too much. I'm not gonna do that. If I can't find him phone, he will show up eventually, yabo. So my cousin lives with me, like I said. Obviously, he has access. He goes in and out as he pleases. And one day, ebusuku, my cousin had just arrived from a night shift. A night shift, I think maybe vala for 10 Emenlin, ne? So when the mall closes, only then do they leave the mall. So about 11, that's the only time that this guy is making his way to a flat teen, arrives around 11:30, I get ebusuku. So Trevor Kaba has been noticing that cousin Loam is always coming in the about 11 p.m. and then leaves in the morning to go to school very early. So he's thinking to himself, ukuba, there's a guy that endimawuthisayo, yabo, ndiyatakisa, ndilalisa umuntu emalunde, ndizisa umuntu apha endlini azolala apha over, no, yabo. So he texts me right after my cousin walks in. He's like, I can't believe you're doing this. Kukhona umuntu omfake endlini tontoni. Who's this person that just walked into your apartment? Yabo. So the best startled go, I can't believe you're doing this. Because what do you mean you can't believe I'm doing this? Even if this was a nigga I was going to be smashing, but I'm not, because this is my cousin. Even if it was a guy I'm smashing, ungenapi wena. Yabo. So what do you mean you can't believe I'm doing this? And secondly, the person you just saw is my cousin who's been living with me. So them explain, this is the situation, this is what's going on. Yabo. Also, uvela, because you can't just text me out of the blue after weeks of not talking to me. You just text me, Ukubana, I can't believe you're doing this. Because that was a message out of the blue. It had been a while since I've seen him, nor have I spoken to him. So Dibu's also very happy. Where have you been? No. He's like, no, I'm gonna tell you when I see you. Yabo, Dibu's, where are you, Ngoko? Because if you saw the person walking in, you must be here. So Dibu's corner, are you at your place? He's like, no. Hey, Kuba. Oh, okay, it's fine, whatever. Following morning, the following day, when my cousin leaves and goes to school, I think I was working at the time. I think I was working because he was leaving before me to go to school. And oh no, I was leaving before him because I was traveling to Woodmead from Pretoria. So I was leaving very early. I would leave at like 5 a.m. to go to work. So my cousin would leave about my 8 because classes about 9, 10. Yabo. So utikum, my cousin says to me, as he was walking out a Lowkey endlini, a guy comes And the M describer, this guy, he's describing Trevor. Yeah, well, because I know Trevor, he doesn't. So he describes this guy, and I'm like, from the description, it's Trevor. He's like, this guy came to him and like, and like was like, no, what are you doing here? Why are you here? You don't live here. I know the person who lives here. Who are you? Yeah, so my cousin's like, I was so scared because the guy almost like beat me up. He was like, who are you? You know you know them. Oh, brother, they tuba over the border. Loud. Even the accent yabo is terrifying. Like you know them guys. So I'm not trying to talk bad about them, but I'm like, you know how aggressive their accent is and how aggressive they can be. And if they stand next to you and tower over you, shouting at you, you are bound to get terrified. Yeah, boy? So, the cousin name is like, I was so scared because I thought this guy was gonna beat me up. The way he was standing over me and like shouting at me, but you do not live here. You do not live here. Up until he explained, my cousin explains, man, no, this is my cousin. I came to live with him because of A, B, and C. And then he realized, Trevor, man, all the stories click. Yeah, boy? That's when he left my cousin. Sharp. So now going back to the Ubuntu thing. Now, after this one, because what happened is that he confronted me, right? Asked me if ndiyathengisa ndiyadayisa. And I said no. And then what disappeared? My cousin came to live with me, and then he confronted my cousin and was like, yeah, confronting him about who he is and why he's here. Now, we continued chilling together, no, Trevor. So it would be me, my cousin, and Trevor. We would chill together. Whenever Ubuntu wants to see me, I would always have to go to Ubuntu. Yeah, I was always going to Ubuntu. Ubuntu wasn't someone that was coming to my place a lot. Yeah, so I always would go to Ubuntu. Ubuntu would always park outside. I'd go outside. I get into the car and we leave. So I don't think Trevor had seen Ubuntu, bana. Who's Ubuntu? Even when Ubuntu comes and fetches me, I would never say, okay, it's Ubuntu today. Or if someone else comes and fetches me, I'm like, oh, I'm being fetched by Usbusi. So I would always, like, I'll just say I'm leaving. Like, guys. I don't know if he had a conversation with my cousin, but he figured out who Ubuntu was. Because, so, he figured out Ubuntu. And after figuring out Ubuntu is the boyfriend that I keep telling him about, that I've been with for a very long time. He figures out who this man is, and then he comes at me like, Ubuntu. Yeah, well, like something like that, man. You're dating this? I know this one. This one, I'm Tube Ubuntu. Ubuntu. He gives me files on Ubuntu, man. Ubuntu is such a hoe. Ubuntu was with this guy. Kwati. Like, he had Ubuntu's file. I'm like thinking to myself, how do you know Ubuntu? How do you know Ubuntu? How do you know that Ubuntu was with this person, and the only know for you to know all of this information is if you are within the community. Yeah, Bob? And so now, as he's telling me all of these things, I'm looking at him like, wait, what is your intention with telling me all of this information? Do you like me? Yeah, Bob? Are you jealous? Like, I think I just said it. Waloka. He logs me. What do you mean, do I like you? I'm like, why are you so concerned about who I spend my time with, why do you care so much? You've never told me that you like me. You've never tried anything with me. So it really confuses me, Ukuba. Why are you so interested, and why do you disapprove of every single guy I talk to? So at umfana, I don't do those things. No. I don't know if he was trying to like gaslight me or something, because he was like, just because I went to prison doesn't mean I sleep with men. No. And I'm like, I never said you do. I was just asking, do you like me? Is that why you are so concerned about why this, like, and you're so concerned about all of these guys and disapproving of all of these guys? Do you like me? Yabo. So angayiphenduli, it's like, just because I went to prison doesn't mean I sleep with men. It is sharp. I don't know how it happened. I don't know where he found Ubuntu. I don't know what happened, but I got a call from Ubuntu. Ubuntu is like, lelona uyanjolela. Dibuze ngoba. Atu uyanjolela wena. Ditinake, what do you mean? So he's like telling me that I'm cheating on him. Dibuze, what do you mean I'm cheating on you? Yabo, atu uyanchitela wena and uzakunya. Now, during this time, Ubuntu and I were very shaky. Very, very shaky. Ubuntu had found out so many things before, and the trust between him and I was like at zero. Ubuntu did not trust me at all. He was just with me because he's with me. Yabo, ketile. We've been doing this for like 3.5 years, going to 4 years now. So we can't tolerate. Yabo, but he knows what. So he's like, you are still cheating on me. You are still doing all of these things. No, after everything I've been doing for you. No, I'm trying to make you happy. What? I am so confused. Like, what's going on? Drop your phone, mfana, to the picture and to the picture. Boko. He was beaten up to a pulp. So I'm like, hey, but what happened? At indoda yakho, your man. Hey, my man. Ati kukhona indoda apha enethathu endibethileyo yathi I must stay away from you. Hayibo. Dibuze ati indoda enethathu klike uTrevor. Ba uTrevor gulo othreatenishe cousin yami. Trevor gulo who's been talking bad about Ubuntu. And every guy that he sees coming in and coming out of my place. Trevor now has taken it onto himself ukuba ayakhazela umntu lo enjola nayo ongu 560 that I am also trying to mend broken walls with, because our relationship was broken. I don't want to lie, it was broken, it was toxic. I was toxic in the relationship, but we were trying to mend our fences, our broken fences, and just mend this entire relationship. But now, with this happening, I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I don't wanna lie, because Ubuntu had found out a whole lot of things, but he still stayed with me. But when he got beaten up, child, that man said, you know what? This is it for me. He stayed away from me for a very long time. Now, when I confronted this man, I'm like, tell me, why did you beat up my boyfriend? He's like, your boyfriend? I don't know who your boyfriend is. I'm like, you damn well, you know who I'm dating. You came to me and told me that this man is not good for me, and here he is now describing someone, and the description fits you. It fits you. Now, Ubuntu did not want to press charges because I would have to testify, right? Because Uzauti, I've described this person, and this person, by my description, Ulelona knows who this person is. Do you get me? So Ubuntu was like, I'm not going to press any charges. No. So I tell him, Mana, you are so lucky that he doesn't want to press charges because he wants to keep me out of it. So this guy is like, I'm spending all of my time with you. I'm doing so much for you. And I'm thinking, doing so much? What is doing so much? Ordering food. Because that's the only thing he would do. He would smoke and would order food. I'm like, what is doing so much for me? Ordering food. So don't tell me that you do so much for me. We went back and forth. Now I'm thinking to myself, I'm going back and forth in a bandinti here. Me, myself, and I am going back and forth with someone who's so violent that he went and attacked an innocent man just because he's with me. So, guys, I don't wanna lie, I parked the apartment. I could not stay for a very long time because I was like, this man terrifies me. This guy terrifies me. He lives in the same building as me. He beat up my boyfriend. He threatened my cousin. And what else can this guy do? So he had no reason he had no reason to beat up my boyfriend. He had no reason to threaten my cousin because he has never told me that he wanted me. He's never told me that he liked me. Instead, he thought him hanging out with me and spending all of his time with me, buying us food would be a hint to me that he likes me and he wants to be with me. So I said to myself, you know what? Fuck off before wonzakale, because what's gonna happen is that this man is going to get tired of seeing all of those other guys like have these relationships with you, and he's scared to say it that he wants you and he wants to be with you. So I said, you know what? Peace out. And I left those apartments and never looked back, child. So that is a story of why my thug boyfriend beat up my actual boyfriend. So if you enjoyed this story time, please give this video a huge thumbs up. Comment down below, subscribe to my channel, share my videos, super thanks me, do the most. Let's kick it down below. And no one talk about my new look. No one. So guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye.